be able to work on mobile system and computer system. So every part of this people can access can work on it through their mobile system and computer system. And I want it to also the program to do fraud, to be able to detect fraud if there is any traces of fraud. I want it to generate text messages. I want it to also generate reports. These are the things that I want it to do. So then also I want them to be able to edit, to also edit, to delete, or as well to view the report and the claims processes. So these are the basic needs I want the system to do.
Good, good. I hope you got the idea, Mohammed?
Yeah, I have got the idea. But Ashwini, one question: this requirements are given by whom?
These requirements are obviously given by your client, but as of now, what I wanted to do is like think of any project, a simple project, and for that project, you will be the client, you will be the BA.
Okay, got it.
Actually, you might have seen the other recordings. I have given some sample things, like how should we make initial discussions with the client. This is what we come up with, okay? The requirement document. Just and when we are into complete discussions, detailed discussions with the client, then aggregate that to the requirements. Okay? So
actually,
Shola came up with.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, actually, I've not gone through the videos before. I just came because yesterday I had overtime and came back very late in the night. So probably after the class,
okay.
the videos. So that's why.
Okay, fine. Actually, Arjun meant to. Fine.
Yeah, I'm not gone through. Yeah.
Maybe whenever you have some time, just go with it. Okay? So we have discussed on, previously, just let me give you a brief idea. We have worked on SDLC, okay, what happens with each and every phase and who are all the people involved in these phases, what is that they are supposed to come up with each and every phase, like BRD, SRS, user interface design, use case documents, and just I've given the high level idea on this, and then we have worked on multiple SDLC methodologies, like waterfall, prototype, spiral, V methodology, and Agile. And I asked Shola to work on comparative study so that we'll be able to decide on which methodology to choose. Okay. And then we have worked on initial requirement gathering, how a requirement gathering is done and how a requirement document is prepared. Just an Excel sheet like this. Okay.
Perfect.
And I've even assigned some terms like what we use in our day-to-day as a BA.
Okay, the terminology that we write.
Exactly, yeah. So that's what we did till now, and we have discussed on a simple document called minutes of meeting.
Okay.
How to write a minutes document. That's it, right, Shola?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe whenever you have some time, just go through with all those things, okay? All the recordings. And
sure.
Be prepared with a simple project.
Okay, and Ashwini, from where do I choose the project? I can choose it from net or like how do I?
No, it's up to you. You might be having some idea, right? Some vague idea. If you want to come up with some simple thing, how it works.
Okay.
Anything, a mobile or web application, but make it simple, okay?
Okay.
You weren't looking for some banking kind of things, right?
No. The thing is, actually, I'm into insurance because I had two options actually, and I had banking offer as well as an insurance offer. I'm currently working for an insurance company, so the other company which to join is also an insurance company. So whatever I was able to go through the insurance claim management system and all that. So now I'm joining an insurance company. I have not gone for the banking offer.
Okay. I thought you something related to banking. The other day, I remember that you were mentioning about banking related things.
Exactly.
Anyways,
then I had actually, I had two options. I chose insurance as well.
No. The reason why I'm asking is I want to show you some requirement details, how it will be. Like this is the client document based on again some initial requirement gatherings from the client discussions. This is what we came up with, like what the client is expecting from us and my scope of work. What are we supposed to design? So we need to design all these screens like. Uh, Under settings, if this is the settings module, under settings module, this is what he's expecting us to do, and then the transaction module, this is what he's expecting, and the reports, okay, the reports is not yet finalized. So, so I wanted to show you how it will be, the scope of work or requirements. So it's like a mix of all these things.
Okay.
Okay. So once you finalize on this thing, then you start designing your screens.
Sorry,
and for
sorry, the voice
once you start, once you are done with gathering requirements, and there will be multiple techniques to gather requirements. We'll discuss on them first, and once you are done with finalizing, like freezing all the requirements, then you start preparing wireframes. Okay, the mock-up screens.
Mock-up screens. Okay.
Okay, we'll work on that. But before that, let me go with just a second. Are you aware of any requirement gathering techniques?
Yeah, a couple of them, like a requirements workshop, brainstorming, focus.
Okay. Good. Are you involved in all those things?
Not actually. I just theory of.
Okay, fine. What about you, Shola?
Yeah. But am I aware of requirement gathering technique?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I'm showing you something on the screen, which I hope you have this document with you, right?
Yeah, I do.
So yeah, let's start with these techniques and how we as a BA are involved in these sessions and what is that we will come up with these sessions. So first, let's go with brainstorming. What do you think, Shola? What we'll be doing in a brainstorming session?
A brainstorming session is gathering people that has resources on the project, gathering them together and having some, from even the name, brainstorm, that is, we are sharing ideas, we are discussing what the project should look like, we give the freedom for everybody to talk, and the BA moderate the system. We have a topic that we streamline all the discussions on the topic, and it's by idea sharing session. From the name,
exactly.
Basically idea sharing session, and every idea that comes up are well appreciated, and people are given the freedom to talk, to express their view, to bring up what they think. So the BA is to moderate and document the minute of the meeting, and after that, they can speak out the ideas that
are you involved in, have you ever involved in a brainstorming session?
Say again?
Have you ever involved in a brainstorming session at your workplace?
No, I've never done anyone, but from what I've read, I have the understanding that.
Okay. So both of you have just a theoretical idea, right?
Theoretical idea, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. As you said, BAs are the facilitators for brainstorming session. So usually we'll choose this technique whenever we are not sure of a detailed set of requirements, okay? A complete idea of a given requirement. So to gather the details of a given requirement, first, if it is through a brainstorming session, as a VA, we will be the facilitators, and we need to make sure about the people who are involved in this brainstorming session. So we need to include some people from subject matter experts team and the technical team. So based on the requirement, we need to decide upon the team as a facilitator. Okay, so that's once the people are invited, then you need to share the topics, what you're going to discuss in that brainstorming session. And once everyone is in the meeting, BAs are supposed to make sure that everyone will come up with their own ideas, okay, their own creative ideas. For a brainstorming session, we'll be having, for a single issue, we'll be having multiple creative ideas. and we must make sure that no one is deviating from the topic while the session is going on. And once the session is done, PS have the sole responsibility to choose one solution, one creative solution for a given problem. Okay, and it is documented and shared among all the stakeholders who are present in that meeting to make sure that everyone is on the same line. Okay, so the basic idea is to come up with a creative idea for a single problem. Okay.
Okay. Ashwini, like one doubt. The thing is, for example, if I have to use this brainstorming technique, let's say if I've got 4 to 5 stakeholders and
Okay.
they have some high-level requirements, some requirements. If I'm not clear with those requirements, that is, if I want more detail, then still can I use this technique?
Oh yes, then you'll be getting in touch with these stakeholders to give more details, right? And
Okay.
again, let's say for example, if you're not clear with the requirements which your one particular stakeholder is giving you, okay, then you'll be involved in one-on-one sessions with him. Okay.
Interviews.
Yeah, one-on-one. Yeah, you can call it as a direct interview.
Okay.
Okay, with that particular user. So it's not like that you'll be using only one technique to gather requirements. For a given scenario, it is like mix of 2 or 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, like according to the number of stakeholders participating and according to your requirements, you would decide on the techniques. That is which technique you would go.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Any questions, Shola?
No.
Okay. Now, focus group interviews. It's one more major technique, especially we'll be using this technique when we are handling a major project which got multiple modules. Let's say, again in the banking, you have multiple modules like credit cards and loan department and accounts department. Okay. And first we'll select a particular team, like some people from credit department, some people from loans department, some people from accounts department, and these people will be a focus group people for us and start gathering requirements from these people. Because, see, let's say for example, an account person can't give the requirements related to credit module, right? How it should work and all. Are you getting this?
Yeah.
Okay, so first you finalize on the focus group people from, yeah, carry on.
No. Yeah, no, go on. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what. So for a major project which has got multiple modules, first you finalize on the focus group who is supposed to give you the requirements and then start interviewing. It is like one-on-one interview or a group interview with, with the team members. BAs will be interacting with these people or they'll ask questions and get the requirements from these focus group. Whereas with the previous brainstorming sessions, BAs are just the facilitators. They are not involved in the interaction part. They're supposed to gather the information and document them. In focus group interviews, we are involved in the interaction and then start asking questions and gather the information. Okay, that's the major difference between these two.
Which two? Are you talking about?
Brainstorming and focus group.
Okay, focus group. Okay. So what do you mean by multiple modules? You said.
Yeah, a major project is divided into multiple modules, right? Like for example, one more example can be, let's say a company will be having HR department separately, finance department, and then accounts department separately. So HR related requirements are given by HR team. Finance related requirements are given by finance team, right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by focus group.
Okay.
Getting this?
Okay, so like all these people from different departments, they're going to gather in one session. I mean, in one single room.
No. It's like multiple sessions. You'll be having separately with each and every focus group.
Okay. That is okay. Focus group is focusing on each and every department. That is what
each and everything. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And for example, like if the project is for like 15 days or something, so do we need focus groups for that? Like around let's say
for 15 days in the sense.
15 year or normally what happens in my current company, I got to know that is in my next company, I got to know that the projects would be not very big projects. It would be small ones, but number of them.
Okay.
Like yeah.
Oh, okay. then this is not the one. Like I don't think focus group interviews will choose. Maybe depending on the size and the time, you may proceed with this, but this is not the only technique which will help you. You will again need to choose use cases also.
Okay.
Okay. So if at all, if it is a smaller one, you don't have enough time, then you'll find out ways. Like depending on the requirement set, you need to finalize on that. Okay.
Okay.
Depending on your high level requirements. I think you're talking about multiple sub-modules. I mean, 15 days or 20 days projects are like
Exactly. Yes.
simple functionalities, not the main one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah. Now, one more important technique is questionnaire. It seems to be so simple, but we can gather a lot of information. And especially this technique is useful when we are supposed to gather information from large set of people. We finalize on the questionnaire and we prepare this questionnaire based on the geographical regions and the age group or the sex group, all those things taking into consideration. We'll prepare a questionnaire and share among these people and get the answers from them. And once we receive answers, then we start reviewing. Okay, how many set of people are looking for what kind of things. Let me show you a sample set. Okay, this is related to a basic thing, like when we are coming up with a new project or some enhancements to the existing one. These are the simple questions by default applicable for every project what we work on. And imagine out of from these 15 questions only we can get almost 25% of your project requirements.
Okay.
Pardon me?
Just how, yeah, see. These are the default questions applicable for any project which we work on. Like even for your claims project or anything, the banking related one, or if you are coming up with the enhancements to the existing one, these are applicable for every project.
Okay, that's good.
And also, almost you'll be gathering 25% of your requirements by asking these questions.
Now,
and these 25% of requirements will let you know what to do with rest of the requirements. How to gather the rest of the requirements.
Okay, okay.
So you are saying that we should only share this question among 20 people?
Oh, yeah, your stakeholders. Your stakeholders.
Up to 20 people?
Let's say, yeah, 20 people minimum.
If there are more, what do we do? If there are more than 20 people?
Okay. I'll give you a different scenario. No. See, let's not talk about 20 people. Let's say we want to come up with a different thing, like a point of sale application. Okay, are you aware of a point of sale application?
Yeah.
Okay, Shola, you?
What application is that? Current state application?
POS, point of sale.
Okay, point of sale. Okay. Well, I know point of sale, but I don't know the application.
Oh no, it usually is like when you go to stores, once you're done with picking your items, then you go to a person where he'll be scanning all the products and give you the total amount and you proceed with payments, right? That complete application is point of sale application.
I know that. I understand POS.
Oh, okay.
To the application to make it work. No, I don't have.
Okay, fine. So it's like a major application which has got multiple requirements, right? It has got n number of modules and n number of requirements in each and every module. So to get the requirements or to finalize the requirements, you prepare a questionnaire set. Okay, how the application, how they are willing to work with the application and what is supposed to do for them. Then also you can proceed with preparing a questionnaire and get the answers. So it depends. Maybe you want to go with open-ended questions or close-ended questions if it is a definite one.
Okay. Now, like Ashwini, if they're like normally open-ended questions are asked if you want to initiate a discussion, and if you're typing open-ended questions in a document, then how? It would take a long time for the stakeholders to type the answer and send it to us, right? So,
True. Actually, see, whenever we are preparing a questionnaire, the best practice is to include
Yeah.
both these things, both open-ended and close-ended.
Okay, include both. Okay.
Yeah, and make sure that they are not bored. I mean, bored of giving only answers from their end. Okay, so we need to prepare a questionnaire in such a way that usually what we do is like first we'll come up with 10 to 15 set of questions. Okay, once we get the answers from these 15 questions, again we finalize on next set of questionnaire. So it's not like we'll be giving hundreds of questions only at a time.
Okay. And how long this iterations would go? Like for example, once we get the 15 questions answered, the next questions would be based on our further requirements. And how long would the iteration like this go on and on? Like how
It may be even 3 to 4 months.
oh, okay.
I
How
mean,
long?
if at all, if you're choosing only this technique, in between we can use other techniques also, right, to gather information.
Correct, correct. Okay. So this is kind of another for large projects, basically, no? When
Yes,
you're starting a
basically,
project or
questionnaire is applicable for larger projects when we need to get the information from large set of people.
and based on different geographical areas.
Yes, geographical areas, age, there are multiple filters again.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And for example, if all the stakeholders are in one single location, then we don't need this technique at all.
One single location, obviously, we'll be categorizing them into multiple groups and then proceed with focus group interviews or simple one-on-one interviews.
Simple one-on-one. Okay. 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 And brainstorming is a completely different technique. That is, we normally don't go. I mean, we don't use that often when you start a project or when you
No. See, when we are developing a project right from the scratch, then brainstorming will help us.
right from the scratch. Okay. Okay. If the project is midway or you're supporting the project, then brainstorming is not very useful unless you.
Not very, yeah, sure. Like unless you're not fine of anything, then you'll use brainstorming to involve everyone and then get the detailed requirements.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay.
Shola, any questions?
I'm okay, but you just asked, you told Mohammed just asked that how long would this take? I think you meant, you said 4 months, or what did you say?
3 to 4 months. 3 to 4
3 to 4.
months.
Okay.
And again, there's no, actually, I have dealt a project, it's like a continuous questionnaire session only, the survey session only, along with a basic one-on-one interviews, okay? So it took me almost 3 to 4 months, but again, there are multiple criteria, your time, your number of stakeholders. So depending on all these things, it may even less than 3 months or more than 3 months. That completely depends.
Okay.
Okay. But these are, yeah, sure. Why don't you start answering these questions for your own project? You'll get the importance of these questions. Okay. I'll be sharing this document with you.
Okay.
Okay. And also, Mohammed, you can also try
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. So
Almost
basically,
you'll get everything.
yeah. First, I'll try to identify my project, which project I want to work on, and then I'll
True.
take over.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. So yeah,
Good,
that I'll
good.
do.
Yeah, that sounds good. Then, yeah. Any guesses about observation technique?
Yeah, observation is if you want to know how the system is working perfectly. I mean, how the system is working, or not, if not clear with the requirements, then observation is the best technique
Okay,
to do.
okay.
And then
Shola?
we have
Oh, sorry,
then we
sorry.
then we have two different type of observers. One is active and a passive. So active
Mhm.
observer is the one who observes and interacts with the stakeholder as well, and the passive is just who observes and remains silent. And in observation, yeah, this is what in one observation. So it's the best technique to know how the system is working.
Okay, okay,
And you
good.
can also take technique to as a verification to your other requirements. That is, whatever requirements you have gathered is I mean, are those requirements correct the way you have gathered? With the help of this technique, we can get a confirmation to the other requirements which you have gathered earlier.
Okay, okay, good. Yeah, pretty much the same. But Shola, any additions?
Yeah, it's basically a job shadowing. That is, you shadow what they were doing, you look at it, and because sometimes people might not be able to express themselves or even forget what they do or what to tell you during an interview or brainstorming. But by the time you are looking at what you are doing, you would be able to pick some things out who might be a good requirement, especially for assisting for doing assist analysis.
Yes, yes, that is what I'm looking for. So observation technique is majorly used when your clients are not able to communicate this requirement properly. Okay, I mean, at times there will be some requirements which may not be communicated directly, right?
Yeah.
Then we need to observe their current actions, like with the existing system, what are the problems they are facing. Okay, so we need to be there in the client environment and see how they are accessing or how they are working with the existing systems, and then find out the problems what they are facing with. Or like even we need to find out some requirements when the client is accessing the system, even when the end customers are accessing the system, what is that they are facing. So based on these two observations, we'll list out the requirements, and we need to record these sessions if required. As said by Mohammed, there will be an active observer who will be doing all these things. He needs to record if required. He needs to document everything and share among the stakeholders, business side stakeholders, and then finalize the requirements and then start developing. Okay, it's so important. It seems to be so simple, but it's an important technique to gather uncommunicated requirements.
Okay, uncommunicated. Okay, like Ashwini, how do we know that this is an uncommunicated requirement, or if we can, if the stakeholders are having a difficulty to give the requirement, then use this technique straight away?
Exactly. Yes. See, as I said, like first we'll be having some set requirements, and if something is missing in between, like say your stakeholder has given you 10 requirements, and there's no link between the first and ninth one. Okay, that's because they are not aware how to communicate that. Okay, so by observing, you'll find out what is that a missing requirement or how they are accessing the current application, and then you'll fix that. Okay.
Okay.
Shola, any questions?
I'm fine.
Okay, now, what about use cases? I have already explained this to you, Shola. What do you think the use cases are?
Use cases are functionality. They are designed. They are. I don't know.
No. I'm just looking for 2 words. That's it.
Yeah, use cases are each functionality requirement. Functional requirement.
Wait. Any additions, Mohammed?
Yeah, use cases are if you want to know how the actor interacts with the system, and what are the steps the actor takes to reach the goal at the end. So that
exactly. Simply user and system interactions.
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever whenever you're looking for a detailed interaction requirements, like what happens between you and the system, then you'll choose this technique. Okay. So when we write a use case document, we need to include complete list of preconditions, the trigger point, date flows, then post conditions, exceptions list, includes and excludes. So we'll be discussing all those things in a use case document class. Okay.
Okay.
But use cases are user and system interaction. So when we design the wireframes, we use use case documents to explain our requirements. Okay.
Perfect.
Any questions, Shola?
That's okay.
Okay. Then the next technique is a very simple one, studying the existing documents. Like maybe Shola, you can explain this.
Well, studying the existing document is looking into the artifacts that are available, the information on the old project, and getting the information on what is already in existence and seeing how to move on from there. Yeah.
Okay. Can you just give me 2 minutes, please? Give me 2 minutes.
Sure.
Thanks.
So how are you, Mohammed?
Hi, Shola. How are you?
I'm fine.
How about your like? What do you do? What's your background?
My background is in banking.
Perfect. Nice.
Yeah, but I'm changing entirely. Well, I say banking and insurance, but I'm completely new in BA career.
Okay. Yeah. And me, actually, I'm a developer. I'm a software developer, and
Okay.
now I'm shifting my career to a business analyst.
Oh, that's very easy for you. You can easily you can easily change the career into business and
Yeah.
into easily. Yeah. So which country are you?
I'm in UAE.
UEA. Okay.
UAE. Yeah. Dubai, United Arab Emirates.
Okay. I'm in Canada.
You're in which country?
Canada.
Canada. Canada.
Yeah,
Okay.
Canada. Yeah.
Okay.
So you say you just got a job?
Yeah. God willing, I just got a job. I mean, a job as a BA. And before I join in that company, I want to get a hands-on on how to go about when I join my new company.
Okay. And in an insurance company?
Yeah, I'm currently working in an insurance company only, and the next job also I'll be working in an insurance company.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Okay.
so my domains are actually, even even I was into banking, but before prior to this company, I was working for a bank. So my domains are banking and insurance.
Banking and insurance.
Yeah,
That's
banking and insurance.
that's
Banking is retail banking.
okay. That's a good contact for me because I really want to see someone that is into IT development and BA in those
Okay.
two domains. Fine, I just have the transaction domains. Maybe in my banking, I've worked as a credit analyst,
Oh,
portfolio,
okay.
yeah, portfolio management, risk,
Perfect.
yeah, risk management. In precise, that's the experience I had in banking. And
Oh,
then
that's
in insurance, I've only been an insurance agent selling insurance products.
oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. So I've not really gotten the experience on the application processes, you
Okay,
know, IT experience in those two industries.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's good. So when are you starting the new job?
Uh, Inshallah, 1st of Feb next year.
First of what?
1st of February.
First of February. Okay.
Yeah.
So you still have like 1.5 months.
Yeah, kind of 1.5 months.
That's good. Yeah. Are you on Skype and
Yeah, I'm on Skype. Uh, yeah, give me an ID. I will add you.
SHOLA? That's Shola.
SHOLA. Yeah,
SHOLA.
yeah.
ADESINA.
ADESINA.
Yeah, ADE. A for Apple, D for David.
Okay, SINA. Perfect. Okay.
ADESINA 1.
One.
Number
Okay.
one. Yeah,
Number one.
yeah, that's my
Yeah.
Skype
Okay.
ID.
So I'll repeat it. SHOLA. Uh, ADESINA 1.
Yeah, ADESINA 1. Shola,
Okay.
Shola additional 1.
Sure, listen. Okay. Yeah, Shola, I added you.
Yeah. Arjun, Arjun, Arjun. Yeah.
I'm finally back. Yeah, we were discussing on this existing documents, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fine. It's simple. Like majorly when we are migrating from older technologies to new technologies, this is the technique which we use. Okay. We read the existing documents, existing requirements, and then based on that, we'll come up with a new set of requirements. Okay.
Okay.
Have you ever
Okay.
involved in migration projects, Mohammed?
No, migration projects I was not involved.
Okay, okay. Maybe nowadays it's like once we have a web application, people are coming up with a mobile application for the existing one, right?
Okay.
Existing web applications.
Yeah.
So where all the requirements are fixed, just we need to include some enhancements or limit some existing requirements. So this is the technique which we use.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Like for example, if a new BA joins a company, okay, what is the first
Yeah.
technique he what is the first thing he should do? I mean, this is the technique he to study the existing.
Yeah, exactly. But initially he'll be trained on the existing processes, okay? The product level training is given. Also, the techniques what we use. I mean, all the list of documents will be given to him, the templates what they follow, and a product level training is also given to a BA.
Okay, the product level training is the system training, or that is what the system is, or the company architecture or something like that.
It depends. Like first, you need to have a complete idea on what client is expecting and how the application looks like or how it should work. So if the design is done, you may be interacting with the architect or else with the system analyst or the project managers.
Okay.
Fine.
Fine.
Yeah. Then one more important one is prototyping. So actually, we have worked on this prototyping while dealing with SDLC methodologies. Okay. So any idea on this, Mohammed, what we do under a prototyping methodology?
Yeah, prototyping is similar to wireframes. Like when you can show how exactly. For example, if the stakeholder wants to see the look and feel of the system, then prototyping is with the help of prototyping we can actually show how the system looks.
True. Yeah, it's like whenever your client is not sure of complete set of requirements initially, okay,
Yeah.
based on this uncleared set of requirements, we'll prepare a prototype. Then
Okay.
maybe with some limitations, we'll develop this prototypes and send it to the client. If it is fine with that, then we'll proceed with developing those requirements. I mean, further explaining that to the technical team. Or else we need to change the requirements again. And it's like a continuous process until your client finalizes all the requirements.
Okay, prototyping. Okay, so that is it's similar to wireframes. Like we design and show him how how the system looks and look and feel.
Exactly. Now, one assignment for you guys. I want you people to give me the differences between wireframe, prototype, and mockup.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there's a thin line difference, but still, I want you to find out the difference and give it to me in a simple document, maybe an Excel sheet. That's fine.
Okay.
Is that fine, Shola?
Yes, I can even give it to you right now.
Oh, you're already through with that?
No, I said I can give it to you right now.
Okay, the differences. Yeah, sure. Go on.
Okay, just a moment. Um, just give me 2 minutes, then I'll respond to that.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, meanwhile you can think and yes, are there
Not
any
that I want to say,
questions?
I'm supposed to talk to someone by 10, and the way this is going won't be finished. So I just want to drop the person mail to come to me by 12.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
let me send that, then I can give you the answer to that.
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah. Yes, Mohammed. Any
Okay.
questions or you want to discuss anything with me about the previous
Yeah.
sessions?
Yeah, like Ashwin, like for example, now since I'm joining the company, I'm not in BA work before, but I know like theory aspects of what the BA is and all. But the thing is, I want to know what is the first thing he joins a company. What is the first thing he does? Obviously, like they would give or like let's say some training on of what the company is and what are the businesses of the company. And now, like, and which department have to work? Which company will have different departments? Like, since mine is insurance, mine will have a medical insurance, life insurance, property
Mm.
casualty, and finance department. So they'll give me one specific department. So in that thing, what is the first thing I if they assign me
First,
to a department?
yeah, gather all the templates, okay? Like maybe, of course, they'll have a protocol, then proceed with that. But if not, also make sure that you have all the templates with you, what they want to do, I mean, what they
Okay.
want you to work on, and then make sure that you have enough knowledge on the product which you're working on, okay? If not, take the list of people who are going to give you the inputs. It will be the project manager or the SMEs.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, if at all, if your
Okay.
company is having SMEs, okay, or
Okay.
else list out the details of your client side stakeholders, and then they get the information from these people. Okay, but usually
Okay.
it's not a good practice to interact with the client in between. Okay, I'm
Oh,
giving you a worst case. Okay, once you're through with interactions with these people, project managers who is giving you enough information. If at all, if you're joining as an experienced person, right from the day one, they expect you to come up with some outcome. Right from day one.
okay, I'm
Okay,
Okay.
back.
so make sure that you're using proper terms while you're communicating with them, and behave as if you're already through with the things. Okay, just the product. Other than product, uh, you're clear with the rest of the things. Other than
Okay.
product details, like
Okay.
if at all, if you have enough knowledge on the product which you're already going to work on, then that's fine.
Yeah.
You can use the same terms.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm back with you.
Okay, yeah.
So you said the differences between wireframe, framework up, and prototype.
Wireframe, prototype, yeah, mock-up too. Yes.
Yeah. So let's start with wireframe.
Okay.
Wireframe is a graphical uh, skeletal representation of how a system will function. It actually show you how the system will perform, but it doesn't show you the color, the feel. You don't have it. It's a graphical representation of how the system will function. While
Mm-hmm.
the screen mock-up will only show you, you will have the feel, the look of the system, but there will not be any functionality. It's only show you how the system will look like. That's what the
Okay.
screen mock-up will do. While the prototyping will do the two, you will have the feel, and you will see the system performing what it's supposed to do. So you see the performance, you see the feel of it. So if you are developing a website, you see the
Mm-hmm.
color, everything on the website, you see how it's supposed to look, and you also see how it's going to work, how it's going to perform.
Okay.
So these are the thin line between the three of them.
And what about wireframe?
Yeah, wireframe.
Sorry, mock-up, mock-up.
Yeah, I said mockup is the one that will only show you how it's going to look, but it's not going to perform the function. So you only see
Mm-hmm.
the, 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 the look of the software or the look of the system, how it's going to
Mm-hmm.
look when it's being produced, but it will not show you how it's going to work. So maybe it will just show the domain, show all the functions, the color, everything, but you can't really perform on it.
Okay. Majorly, yes, your prototypes, you can create interactive wireframes and interactive prototypes, but not mock-ups. Okay, mock-up is just a basic screen design for you. You can't act or you can't interact with that mock-up. So we'll design all these wireframes or prototypes using a tool called Pidoco, P-I-D-O-C-O. Let me write it. So for tomorrow's session, I want you people to register with this site. Okay?
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Right, Mohammed?
Yeah. Pidoco.
Okay. Put the site up again.
Sorry?
The site, put it up.
I didn't get that, Shula.
The name of the site, Protocom or something like that.
Yeah, it's Pidoco. I have already messaged you, pidoco.com in the chat list.
Yeah. Okay. We don't use MS Visio for doing wireframes.
Yes. Actually, MS Visio, I mean, there's no trial version available, but usually we use MS Visio or, IBM Rational Rose. Okay?
IBM Rational. Okay.
No.
Okay.
So if you're through with this Pidoco, you can do with any tool, like even MS Visio also.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't get that. What did you say?
Actually, he was asking about MS Visio, Microsoft Visio.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have the trial version, so we are using other free versions which are available online.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that we can only use the Pidoco if we have Visio on our system. Is that what you are saying?
Oh yes. With Pidoco, if you're through with this Pidoco and we'll design on how to create interactive wireframes, that will be more than enough for you. You can use, you can use the same thing in MS Visio also. You know what? You can't give interactive wireframes with MS Visio, but this is possible with Pidoco. So these are the list of some sites with which you can create prototypes and make interactive wireframes, and also you can even create your UML diagrams. Okay, so more or less we'll be using this Pidoco for wireframing and Glyphy or Creately for UML diagrams. Okay, so if you're through with one or two tools, that's more than enough. Everything is more or less the same. Out of all these things, I prefer Pidoco, Glyphy, and Agile too. You might have heard about Balsamic, Mohammed.
No, Balsamic.
It's the very old. Oh, it's the very old one. Fine.
Okay.
Like when we start working on this, then you'll get to know the importance.
I actually heard about Mockflow. I've not heard about I've heard about Mockflow, but not about.
Yeah, even this Pidoco is much better than this Mockflow. Okay. So there's a trial version available for 31 days. Just register with that, and any one of you can give me your credentials. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Pidoco. Okay. Yeah. Ashwin, like one more question. Like for example, like for a 4 to 5 year business analyst, I think a 4 to 5 year business analyst is just a business analyst. I think it won't be regarded as a senior business analyst, right?
Oh no. Only senior, not even senior. I can mention that just who have got enough experience to promote as a senior business analyst, but not a senior business analyst.
Okay, yeah, 4 to 5 year business analyst. Okay, so yeah, because actually this job profile was only for a 4 to 5 year business analyst, and that's how I got. And so, so what are the expectations my project manager would have with me as a 4 to 5 year business analyst? As a business analyst, we can say, what are the general expectations a company would have?
They will want you to that you should be very much comfortable in client environment. Okay, you should gather requirements accordingly. Like you should be aware of proper domain. Okay, proper domain in the sense I'm talking about the specifications, insurance specifications. You need to understand their terminology.
Yeah, because I come from an insurance background, so I know that. Currently, I'm working for an insurance company only for 3.5 years, so I know about it.
Whatever they communicate, you need to make out of that, like what they are expecting from you. Okay, and
Okay.
proper documentation skills, both written and verbal.
Okay.
You should be aware of creating wireframes like user interface designs.
Okay.
And show them to your client and get the confirmations. Yeah, these are the high expectations from as a 4 to 5 years of experience guy.
Okay.
And once you're through with gathering all the requirements, you should be able to communicate this by using wireframes and use case documents with your technical team. If at all if it is agile, this is really important. Using use cases, use case documents.
It's actually agile environment because what we're supposed to do is translate the business requirements into functional requirements, and functional requirements has got all the use cases and all that we designed.
Okay, so the top requirement if it is agile, documentation skills, frequent updates, frequent. Take it like every day you need to update on something.
Exactly. So that's why, yeah, I said like projects will be only for 2 weeks or something like that. It's like that.
Okay, so prototypes, I mean designing prototypes, coming up with the use case documents, and reviewing cases too. This is also important if you are following an agile process.
Sorry, reviewing use cases?
Test cases, not use cases. Test.
Okay, test. Okay.
From use cases only, you'll be getting test cases, okay?
Test cases, okay.
These are the major expectations if it is like an agile process.
Yeah, it's a completely dynamic agile process only. So this is the high level expectations they would have, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Ashwini?
Yes, Shola?
Yeah, the test cases doesn't mean use cases specifications.
Oh, no. From requirements, you'll be getting use cases, and then from use cases, you'll be getting test cases.
Yeah, and that's what I understand as use cases specification.
Use case specification is different. Like it's like a sub part of your use cases. Test cases are part of your use cases. Let me give you a simple example. Let's say you're trying to log in a Gmail account, okay? Then all possible scenarios like your use case is ability to log into your Gmail account, and your test cases are when your use case, when your credentials are correct, username and password are correct, what happens? Then your username is correct and password is wrong, what happens? Then your username is wrong and password is correct, what happens? So trying with all possible cases of a given use case are nothing but test cases.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm having different understanding. That's exactly what I call use case specification. So I don't know if it's called tests.
No. Usually we'll come up with first we'll fix the requirements. From requirements you'll be getting use cases. From use cases you'll be getting test cases.
Oh.
Okay. We'll work on all those things. We'll work on how to come up with test cases based on a single use case.
Yeah, perfect.
That is how finally we'll come up with a traceability matrix. Okay, I'll tell you all those things in our testing class.
Yeah.
Now, one more important one. This is the second task for you for today. JAD, Joint Application Development. Heard of this, Mohammed?
Joint application development is like a requirements workshop where normally you prepare your own questions and like open-ended questions, and you keep asking the participants, and there you have different roles to play. Business analyst has got different roles to play. One is a role of a facilitator, and other is a role of a scribe. A facilitator who facilitates the session and makes sure that everyone interacts and they are on track. That is, they should regarding. I mean, they should be on. Whatever they discuss, that should be within the scope of that session. And then the scribe, what he does is he takes the notes, because obviously when you ask questions, there's a lot of information that goes here and there. So the scribe takes the notes, and that's it. And once the session is done, you confirm on you jot down all the action items into one single document, and you send it across to all the participants for the confirmation.
Yes. Good. More or less the same. But now, what is your task for tomorrow is, in a chat session, there will be 3 sets of people: a facilitator, business staff, and technical staff. Okay. First, find out who these people are. Okay. 3 sets of people are and then give me the steps, like what happens in a JAD based on these inputs. You said
Okay,
it
that is
starts with questionnaire, and
yeah.
yeah, it may be a questionnaire or a detailed study on the existing things, and then come up with then finalize on the requirements. Or it's majorly it starts with a brainstorming session. Okay, because JAD is a very disciplined approach, and we are not going to leave that session until we have a specific outcome. Okay, it may be like for 10 days or for 2 weeks also at times.
Okay.
So it's like very detailed set of requirements. I mean, if at all, if we are looking for a detailed set of requirements for a given scenario, then we choose JAD sessions, joint application development, where people from all departments will involve, like majorly the high-level managers, business analyst as a facilitator, and there will be a scribe too, as you said, who will be documenting all the questions, and he will be doing the recordings also, and the people from your client team. Then the technical team includes the subject matter experts or the project managers or the tech leads. Okay, so depending on the scenario, we need to decide upon these people who will be a facilitator, who are the team from the business side and the company side, and then initiate the brainstorming session. Okay. Finally, I want you to explain this one too. 4 W's and 1 H. What, where, why, when, and how.
Okay.
Ashwini,
Okay. Yes, Shola?
you said if the detailed requirement is not gotten, we are not going to end the JAD session. It could go up to 10 days. Does it mean if in day 1 we didn't finish it, we'll still come back in day 2 and continue it? Or what do you mean by that?
Oh, sorry. I missed on the initial part. Please repeat that.
You said just now that JAD session is a thorough session, that if we don't get all the detailed requirements, we are not going to end the session.
Exactly.
And you said it can take up to 10 days.
Yes, of course.
So what I'm saying is that if on day 1 we started that and we do not complete it, we do not reach our detailed requirements, we'll continue on day 2, continue on day 3 until we reach the real requirement we need. Is that how it works?
Exactly. Yes, yes.
Okay.
So the users need to have a complete idea on what they're working on. Okay. So it's like it's a very interesting technique which will involve all the development team, the management team, and the customer groups to work together and come up with a final solution. Okay.
Okay. Excuse me.
At times.
Yeah. Now we have three parts of the people: the facilitator, the business, and the technical. Who will determine that would reach the ideal requirement, the detailed requirement? Who's going to determine? Is it the technical that will say yes, they are not clear what to do, or who?
No. Once we start the discussion, a facilitator should come up with all these things. Like once everyone is done with finalizing on best practices, a facilitator should document all those things.
Yes. Now, okay. At what point do we know that we have gotten the detailed requirement? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, fine. See, let's take a scenario, okay? And when we start defining requirements to that, every person from different group will be having some questions on that, right?
Okay.
If you are able to answer all those questions, and if everyone is fine with the outcome, then we'll finalize the session, okay? Then we'll end that session.
Okay, so what would make it to go to 3, 4, 5 days is, for instance, I have like 20 questions to ask, for instance. And in day 1, we are only able to deal with 3 of them. So continue on day 2 to start from 4. Maybe we'll end it by 8. So we'll start on day 3 to start. Okay.
Also, see, you know what? A typical JAD may go for 3 months also. a typical one. So that's the reason it's a very disciplined and detailed approach. And once you have the outcome, proper outcome from this chat, no one should have any questions. It should be a perfect outcome. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the reason answering these questions is important. 4 Ws and 1 H. It gives you a 360-degree approach for a given scenario. Based on these steps, once you're through with this, like I want you to keep the outcome. What is that you're getting from a chat session?
Okay.
I hope you got your assignment.
No, I didn't get that. Come in.
Okay, fine. I want you to list out all these things. Like first start with listing who is the facilitator, who are there in the business tab and in the technical tab, and then this is the process happens in a chat session. So I want you to explain each and every step in detail and then give me the outcome chat.
Okay.
Okay, so that is basically basically you're saying like we should know the responsibilities of each of those facilitator, business staff, and technical staff that we should get, and what are and the steps also should be expanded in detail, and then the outcome of the chat.
Exactly, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, but actually the last is the 4 Ws and 1 H. What do you do in that? I mean, we should explain those the purpose of this 4 Ws and 1 H, or how is it like?
Yeah, if given scenario, what is it, why it is used, where it is used, when it is used, how it is used. Get the answers for what, where, why, when, and how.
Okay, so this have to prepare keeping in mind, this one?
Preferably, that will answer all your questions. Okay, so maybe you can take a major scenario, like imagine that you are coming up with a new project or something right from the scratch, okay, which don't have any input at all.
Okay.
That will work, but usually, you know what kind of scenarios, all the team members should be involved to get all our information from each and every corner.
Okay.
But that's usually happens in a chat session. But as of now, we are limiting it to one person, and you can proceed with your limitations.
Correct.
And assumptions too. Fine. I hope you got the task.
Yeah.
Okay, Shola?
Ashwini, when you are talking about the outcome, what is expected on the outcome? What is it now? For instance, I'm just going to say the outcome for facilitator is to come up with the minute of the meeting. Is that what's going to be here? Or I'm going to say what the team is going to do. What's going to be the part of this outcome of the chat session?
Okay, fine. You will be explaining end results. What is that you have finalized on? The confirmed requirements.
So technically, we should conduct the chat session on a project. Is that what would be like?
Yeah, that's what we do as an analyst.
No. For this purpose, okay, fine. For analysis, that's what we do. But for this assignment purpose, we should come up with a project.
Oh, no. Actually, Mohammed was asking, like, are we supposed to do this keeping in mind some particular application or what? So, preferably, you'll get detailed answers if you keep something in your mind. Or else also, you'll get a basic idea, okay?
Yeah, because what I don't understand now is that, go back to the last slide, the second slide. Like in the second slide, you said we should explain what happens on each of these. Take, for instance, start with the brainstorming session.
Okay.
Find that during the brainstorming session, people will throw in their ideas, will check what is.
Yeah, that's the major objective. Yes, you need to define all your requirements and start addressing your requirements to resolve the conflicts.
Yes.
That's the major objective.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's what, that means
So preferably assume something in your mind, or let me know your assumptions also before you start explaining this chat session. give me your assumptions list and then you can explain me, okay? I'm not looking for any documents. No, I don't need any documents. I want you to explain your understandings on chat based on these set of steps, and then I'll let you know if you're missing anything.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Fine?
Hello.
Yes, Mohammed?
Yeah, perfect. I understood it.
Okay, so I hope you have enough work to do for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine, then we'll meet tomorrow and we'll start working on the chat session, and we'll work on how to create wireframes using Pidoko.
Okay. So meanwhile, my task is I have to identify a project where I am the client and the BA, like how Shola has done that one.
Okay.
Then register on Pidoko, and
Yes.
and prepare high-level requirements, like how again Shola has done. Okay. So before that, I'll just go through the previous videos. Since I
Yeah,
missed.
preferably that will help you. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and along with that, if possible, give me a document or comparative document on wireframe, prototype, and mockup screen.
Comparative document. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yes. Fine. Shola?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Well, it's like, anyways, I'll just try my best on this, but I've not.
Oh yeah, that's what. Start working on something, and based on your work, I'll tell you what to do. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Just a basic idea is fine. Like if at all, if you feel like you're lost or it's confusing for you, leave it. I'm going to explain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine then.
Oh, that reminds me, you've not gone through the last assignment. You've not checked it with me. So when are we going to do that?
Oh, okay, fine. It's almost fine. I'm going to send you the review by end of the day. Okay.
Oh.
I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Fine then.
Yeah. Thanks.
Bye for now. Take care. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye bye.